This is, and I've been with the Sheriff's Department for 29 years. This is one of the hardest cases I've ever heard about. This is a very difficult case. Our investigators are feeling it. It's heartbreaking that something like this happened in our community. I'm heartbroken for the family and for everybody involved in the community at large, because this is not something that's easy for us to not wonder what could have been done differently, what could we have done to help. Mom appears to have been struggling with pretty substantial mental health issues, and she had some postings on Facebook and things like that that lead to believe that she was paranoid and thought that the kids were in jeopardy somehow. So we suspect that led to the events this day. Right. So obviously you know that the autopsy has been finalized today, and during the autopsy the 3 children's deaths were ruled homicide, and the mother's death was ruled a suicide, and the homicides have been determined to be at the hands of the mom. So over the last several days, what we have been working through is to try to find the exact location of the murders that happened. A lot of resources have gone into searching that area very thoroughly because we needed to locate this. We canvassed the area, talked to neighbors and people who had pieces of information, and we were able to determine that there was a location not far from the location where the bodies were found that was owned by a distant relative, and that distant relative no longer lived there, and so it would be deserted and be maybe a secluded place that we should search. Indeed, we found the location there. We were able to recover shell casings from the murders and some physical evidence that proved that's where the location was. That helped our investigators piece together the timeline and really what happened on the day of the murders. It was clear that the mom picked the children up from school, the 2 older children up from school. It appears that she got them lunch and then went to this location and carried out the murders at this secluded location. We don't know what was going through her head. She didn't leave a suicide note or anything like that. But then she did take the bodies of the children, put them in the car, take the car and drive it to the location where she eventually committed suicide herself. And that scene was at the home of her current boyfriend and father to one of the children, the youngest of the 3 children.
So they were all contained within the car. Then once they were there and he stumbled upon it, called you guys, called 911.
He actually went to a neighbor's home because he didn't have a cell phone. He went to the neighbor's home, and the neighbor called us. So she was the original caller. Under his advice, he told her what happened, and she called us.